Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Hi, Megan Schomper. Marianne Ward is here. Althea Gordon, Terry Osborne, Leslie. Hello, Christine. Hi, everybody. Elizabeth Kay. Hello, hello. Okay, please hold. I am going to get my audio exactly where we want it because it's not where we want it right now. Got to get my little microphone going. Goler, I can't see with my glasses. There we go, much better. Kristen, Palecchio, Susan Lewis, Andrea. Hi, welcome, welcome. As you're popping in, Granny Franny is here. Granny Franny, we almost kind of matched today. Is that a New Balance top you're wearing? Yes, it is. Hi, guys. Hi, Karen. Elaine, hello. Hi, so good to see you. Oh, so good to see everybody. Okay, so welcome to Saturday. If you are new to this workout, please leave a comment in the chat box. All you're going to do is look at your screen, look down to your bottom left, right about there. There's a button that says chat, and just say hello. Tell me how you're doing. Let me know if you're new to my workout. I love to keep track of the folks that are joining me that are new. Let's see here. Let me just get this looking a little better, lined up a little better so you'll be able to see me and my mat. Yep, there we go. Let's go that way. There we go, much better. So yeah, I'd like to know who's here and who's new. I know that every week I've got some new people joining. If you are new, hi, I am Holly and welcome to the Saturday Glutey Gang. And the reason why we call it a Glutey Gang is because I spend so much time educating about the importance of the glutes, also known as the booty, and one day it became the Glutey. It just happens that way. So welcome, welcome. Please say hello. So if you are new, remember, I really do strongly recommend that you're wearing athletic shoes, even if you are exercising in your bedroom or on carpeting. I know you're in your home, but your foot needs the support. Make sure that you've got some water nearby or something to keep you hydrated. Really important. And I am going to mute everybody during this workout, so feel free to put some music on. I don't play music because I don't have my audio down and I want you to be able to hear me really well. And so this way you can pick the music that you want to listen to and you can blare it in the background without worry of us hearing it. And then today we are going to be, oh, Lisa is here. I am Lisa and new, excited. Welcome, Lisa. I'm so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome. As we go through the workout, if you have any questions, please feel free to pause and just pop a question in the chat box. After today's workout, I will be sticking around so we can all chat any questions you might have. I love to spend some time and make sure that you have gotten your questions answered. But first, most importantly, let's all give a big smile and a big wave because I want to get a picture of us before we get going. So everybody give me a wave and a hello. So excited that you're here. And one more, keep waving. I want to get the second page of people. Hi, guys. Diana's here, Amber Gaines, Elsa, Ray, Joanne. Hi, everybody. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to be using dumbbells and bands today. Whatever equipment you have, grab it. I will provide variations for exercises just in case you don't have any equipment. Listen, if you don't have any equipment, you're still going to be able to get a great workout today, even just using your own body weight. So if I'm using dumbbells and you don't have them, just follow along. If you've got dumbbells but not a band, please get creative and just put it together as it works for you. So if you would like a harder workout today, I encourage you to move faster, do more repetitions, do heavier weights if you have them, and do additional sets. If you want a slightly gentler workout today, I want you to move slower, do fewer reps, use no resistance, take breaks when you need it, and just really take your time. So this workout is for you, and I want it to be as challenging or as gentle as you need. I try to provide modifications as much as possible. And like I said, if you have any issues, you can just pop a comment in the chat box. I'll circle around at the end. And if there's any technology issues, if one of you would just unmute yourselves and give me a holler and let me know if there are any technological issues as I get going. But for right now, everybody is on mute. Let me get rid of that. Let's get started. Okay, so if you were with me this week, I did a free challenge and it was incredible. I had almost 600 people sign up for our free challenge this week, the Glutes on Fire challenge. It was so much fun. And we did a couple of live workouts. And what it did is I chose to use the perfect warm-up for strength workout prep, and it was so fabulous. So we are going to start today with a series of exercises to get you prepared for the workout using my perfect warm-up for strength workouts video that is on YouTube. And I have one new variation to that prep. So we're going to go ahead and get started. But for now, take your feet nice and wide, and let's take a big inhale up. Let's just wake up that bod, exhale it out. Let's do that 2 more times. Take a big inhale, stretch up high to the sky. Exhale 1 more time. Make it an even bigger stretch all the way up, lengthen way up. Open up your body. And now inhale, but you're gonna keep your arms up at the top. Exhale, breathe normally, and I want you to reach up with your left hand, use your right hand for support, and just lengthen out of your waist. Imagining lengthening all the way through your torso and your side. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, left hand down, and reach, just open it out right now. I just want you to feel good, opening everything, make you feel awesome. Inhale up, exhale, bring your hands back behind your head like this. Give it a stretch, interlock your fingers, open up your chest, and stretch your elbows in the backward direction. Pressing your chest high up to the sky, really lengthening out, drawing inward on your abs, standing super tall, short little breaths, and then relax. Bring your hands to your thighs. I want you to bend your knees, coming into kind of like a little partial squat. Stick your booty back, and now tuck your booty under. Stick your booty back, tuck your booty under. Okay, so now listen, this is not a back exercise. This is booty back, booty under. Booty back, booty under. Your job is to get as much of this arch right here as you can. Here, I want you to squeeze your ab muscles. Here, I want you to create a deep arch in your lower back. Tuck, give me a deep arch. That arch is actually very important. I'm preparing your back muscles for the rest of the workout so that you are in better alignment. This also really helps to fire up your glutes, believe it or not. 2 more. Give me a really good arch right there. Super important. 1 more. And relax. Awesome. So first preparatory exercise. Sorry, my camera's on an angle and it's driving me nuts. There we go. I can see my mat, and when everything is not just in like, isn't that much better? Don't you Virgos feel so much better now that we're nice and squared off? I'm not a Virgo, but I get it. Okay, so first preparatory exercise. I love this one. This one is new. So you're gonna take a step back and you're gonna stay here, okay? See how my feet are separated from left to right? You don't want your feet lined up because you're gonna fall over. So feet are separated at the distance of your hip, and you're soft in this position. So you're not heel down, you're soft with both legs. From here, what I want you to do is just drop a hair lower so that you're in a partial squat. Bring your hands forward, and you're gonna open and rotate looking to your right. Come back to center. Look to your right, come back to center. So just follow me. You've got your right leg forward and you are turning to your right, okay? Using your core to create that rotation, looking over your left shoulder if you can. If your balance gets challenged, that's a-okay, part of the exercise. Keep those legs active. They're gonna start to get a little tired here. That's the whole point. This series of movements, I think I've got 6 exercises for you right now. is prepared to get you ready for the full workout. Relax, step forward, step back on that other leg, find your positioning, feet separated, soft, drop into a partial squat, hands forward, and look to your left. So the next 6 exercises are to get you into exercise mode, to prepare your body so that you get a better workout. Technically, it's a warm-up, but I don't like that moniker because the last time I checked, your body was around 98 degrees. That's pretty warm if you ask me. The point of a quote-unquote warm-up is to get your muscles firing, activate the glutes, fire up the core, and shift your metabolism into workout metabolism, which is very different than sitting behind the computer metabolism. Really make sure you're using your core to bring you into that twisted position. 3 more. Legs should be firing. You probably feel your glutes and your hips opening and firing. 1 more. And relax. Beautiful. Release. You're going to take your feet wide. If you've been with me before, you know this is one of my favorite preparatory exercises. It's also going to reappear in the workout. Look at your feet. Make sure they're parallel. As we do this exercise, if your knees bother you, open your toes. But everybody else, toes forward, true parallel. Sit into a little bit of a squat, and I want you to come side to side, pressing your glutes back, sitting onto your heels. Press deeply into your heels, allowing the stretch on that straight leg. Stretch on that inner thigh. If this is comfortable, you're going to make this a bigger motion, coming down and sweeping across the floor. Sitting deeply into the leg that's bending because you are getting an incredible dynamic warm-up on that bent leg. So your right leg, your left leg is where you want to put your mental focus. Driving off the heel here and here. You'll feel your glutes really fire up. This is one of my absolute favorite preparatory moves because you don't do this in your everyday life. It opens up the hips and it gets your glutes firing in a very unique way. 2 more. There's 1 and 2. And relax. You're going to bring your feet together. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see me, but you can stay forward. Feet together, bend into your knees. You're going to step back into a little bit of a partial lunge. Step forward, other side. Continue here. For those of you that this feels good, mildly challenging, you're going to stay here. For those of you guys that find this a little easy, we're going to take it a little deeper, and we're going to come down into a full lunge and stand. Full lunge and stand. Tapping the floor for balance. If this is comfortable and you like it, stay here. If it's too easy, we're going to add, making it a little bigger with a reach and lunge. Reach and lunge. Make it a big motion, reaching actively up to the sky so that you activate the core muscles, making sure you're really driving into your front heel at the bottom. Heel here, 2 more, 1 more, and relax. Good job. Bring your feet together. Bring your balance onto one leg. Find your balance. You're going to wobble. You're going to be all over. Find your balance. It will settle in. From here, you're going to come into a modified forward squat, stand and tap. Forward squat, stand and tap. Forward squat, stand and tap. When you tap, squeeze your glutes. Tap, squeeze your glutes. If this is comfortable, we're going to add to it, coming all the way down to the ground. Squeeze your glutes. Now remember, this is a squat on your right leg. So make sure you're sitting deeply into this right leg, right there. That's where you get that squat, single leg floor tap. So good. Tell me you don't feel your glutes firing. Right side glute, right there. Really firing up. 2 more. 1 more. Same thing on the other leg, starting first with just finding your balance. Once it settles in, a little bit of a squat, modified, and tap. You can stay and just do this variation. So if the full version is a little too much for you, stay and repeat this. Otherwise, we are going to come into that full floor tap. Squeeze your glutes, there. Squeeze your left glute, there. You can squeeze them both, but I want you to really put lots of squeeze on the left. Continue. You've got about 6 more. I saw a comment come in, just wanted to check it. You got about 2 more. Floor tap, squeeze that glute. 1 more, and relax. Beautiful. Next preparatory exercise, feet together. Come into a partial squat. Open your chest. Bring your shoulders back and down. From here, thumbs up like you're hitchhiking at your knees, up into a Y. Knees, Y. Sit deeply, stick your glutes back, giving that booty pop that we did at the very beginning. Booty pop is so important right here. Really make sure you are tucking your glutes backward, okay? That happens by rotating your pelvis forward, and it fires up the glutes and it keeps the lower back protected. Flat back, I don't ever want to see a flat back in my gang. We want an arch, slight arch in the lower back for all exercises, forever and ever and ever until we leave this amazing earth. Okay, next exercise. We're going down to the ground. This is the last of the preparatory sequences. Then we're going to get into our workout. Please watch me. There's a couple of modifications. Come on down to your hands and knees. Number 1, hands under your shoulders. Number 2, knees under your hips. Number 3, little arch in your back. Here is your option 1. You're going to push up and hold and count to about 20 seconds, and then you're going to relax down. Make sure you're keeping that arch. Mr. Buckley is here to help us for the workout. I've got my exercise models preparing themselves off camera. One is making himself very comfortable in the rocking chair. And 1 more. Okay, so you're going to continue here, or let's make it a little harder. Step back into a plank. You're going to stay here. Let's make it a little harder. Separate your feet. Rotate both feet onto the ground. Come and tap your tummy. Back to plank. Both feet on the ground. Tap your tummy and rotate. And continue. Here, here, feet, hand, side to side. This is an incredible preparatory exercise for a whole lot of different stuff. But number 1, for the core. Number 2, a great complex compound closed kinetic chain preparatory move for the upper body. Last one, and relax. Knees down. Just rest for a moment in a seated, comfortable position. I'm just going to let your heart rate adjust. From here, I want you to tuck your toes, come into a crouching position as much as you can. Keep that booty pop. Not too much rounding. As much booty pop as you can. First option, you're going to push up and bring your hands to your knees. Come back down. Hands to thighs, really. And back down. If this is good for you, stay here. Or keep your hands on the ground. Come to forward bend and crouch. Forward bend. Continue. Squeeze your quads here. So in that straight leg position, squeeze the front of your thighs and relax down. Remember to keep as much of that little bit of an arch in your lower back as you can. Little bit of booty pop. Most of us aren't going to have a major booty pop in this unless you're Kelly or any other yoga instructor. Most of you aren't going to have a proper arch in the lower back here, even though we should. It definitely takes a great deal of flexibility and functionality to really be able to be in a perfect forward bend. One more. Right here, you're going to stay up, and I want you to slowly come up and stand. Once you get there, lift your knees 6 times. This helps to circulate your blood, bringing oxygen up to your head so that you don't get dizzy. You know when you stand up too quickly and you get dizzy? It's because the blood is pooling down in your legs. And the reason for that is, believe it or not, your heart does not circulate your blood. It gets it moving, but then your muscles are what actually bring the blood back up and circulate around, bringing oxygen to your brain. Really important. Let's get started with the workout. I was so inspired by last weekend's workout. How much did you love the band only workout last Saturday? I surprised myself. It was one of my favorites. If you didn't see it, when I send you the email tomorrow for today's replay, there will be a link. Go to that webpage, watch last week's workout, do it. It's so good. I was so inspired that we're going to pick our first 2 exercises with a resistance band. Got a new one for you today, which I love. I've been workshopping. Let me show you. So you're going to step on your band right in the center, okay? Then what's going to happen is you're going to have to choke down onto your band, okay? You're going to choke down to your band. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap your hands around it, just like that, just so that it kind of is resistant around your wrists. From here, what you're going to do is stand up. You're going to have resistance on your band here. Bend your knees. Step back into a split squat position. It's going to be challenging for some of you guys. Watch me. From the waist, you're going to bend forward, and then you're going to stand up. Forward and stand up. Join me if you can. Now, you are driving into your front heel, right here, heel, and at the top, you're squeezing your glute there, okay? So heel, glute, heel, glute. Continue. You've got 15 repetitions. You're responsible for counting out your repetitions through this workout, okay? I need you to stay balanced on each side, and I don't always count accurately. 3 more. Press into the heel, squeeze the glute. Press into the heel, squeeze the glute. 1 more. Oh, is that good or what? Step forward and just keep your grip on your band, but switch feet. Standing up, settling into your balance, bend the knees, stepping back on that opposite leg now into that split squat. We're in a split squat here, strong, tight resistance on the band, bend forward, squeeze the glute. So you are pressing into the heel of the front leg here, heel, and then woo. And then at the top, you're gonna squeeze your glute on that straight leg, there. So heel, glute, driving into that front heel like crazy, there. Really activating that glute on the front leg. It's probably your right leg. And then you're activating and squeezing your glutey cheek on the back leg here. Continue. Heel, glute. Continue for 15. You probably got about 5 more. Really good. Megan Chomper, that looks good. Elizabeth K, good job. Hello, Nelda. I don't see you, but hello. Good job, guys. Really good. Equal repetitions, okay. And we are gonna move on to our next exercise. Hold on, Heidi Brunner, I'm using you for my repetition counting again, okay? I see you. You're my counter today. So 15 reps of everything. And I'm going to use you as my cue if that's okay. If you have a problem, just flag me or comment. So keeping the band, you're going to stand on your band right in the center. Take your feet out, cross your band. Band has got an X right under your hips. From here, soft knees, raise your elbows up, 15 right there. So even though you're bringing your elbows high, I want you to keep your shoulders low. Keep your shoulders and your whole shoulder girdle pressed downward towards your hips, away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. This is a band, upright row, and I love it because at the top here, you have maximal resistance on the deltoids when the deltoids are in a fully shortened position. In my opinion, that is the holy grail for strengthening for women. Maximal load when the muscle is at its shortest. Right there. Nice, we got a couple more, and then we're gonna take a short break, or those of you that want a bigger workout, you're gonna go right back to our very first exercise and repeat. We are working in supersets, 2 exercises back to back with minimal rest in between. I'll be taking short rests between the superset, but if you want a higher intensity workout, you're not gonna rest. So you'll already go back to that first exercise and you're gonna perform 3 supersets while I will only be doing 2. So we're back to the first exercise, and you can actually start by choking up on your band here if you want. Then stepping in with that original foot, most likely it was your right, standing up. From here, knees are bent, back into your split squat. Here we go. Forward drive the heel, squeeze the glute, 15. Now, I call this split squat RDL. I'm not sure I've really ever seen someone do this before. This is an exercise I do actually almost daily because it really helps undo a lot of sitting, and it just feels so good on my glutes. Squeeze your glute cheek there. So remember, you're squeezing the glute of the leg that's behind you, of the leg that's straight, okay? Really squeezing. It's a forward bend, pressing into your heel there, squeezing that glute at the top. 15, and we're gonna switch sides. Perfect, keep that grip. And remember, you can do fewer reps than I'm doing. You can do 10, you can do no resistance band, you can do dumbbells, you can take a little break, make this workout yours. 15 on the other side. Here we go. Bending forward. Now remember, it's an RDL. It's not a lunge. This is not a lunge. Do you notice that the angle of both of my knees is not changing? That's because this is a hip hinge. It's an RDL right there. This is in essence a single leg RDL, but we're just making it a little bit harder by doing it from a split stance position. Oh, it's so good. It also allows you to really squeeze that glute on the back leg at the top. When you do an RDL otherwise, it's just a little different. I've really become such a fan of split squat positioning for exercises. It's so healing for a lot of us. It's also really hard, I know. Okay, and relax. Going right into that band upright row, no rest. Step in, separate your feet, cross your band, bend your knees, upright row. Now remember, those of you that want a big workout, get moving. Move faster than I am. You can do 20 repetitions, and you're gonna do a third set. So right now, we're completing our second superset. You're gonna complete a third superset if you want a bigger workout. I've got 5 supersets in total for us today. So if you do 3 sets, that means you're getting 30 sets of exercises. Couple more. Elbows nice and high. Keep that chest lifted. And relax. Take a short break. Otherwise, go right back to that split squat RDL. Go for it, 15 repetitions, and then you're gonna do a second set of upright row. We're gonna take about a 20-second break, and then we are gonna go into our second superset, 2 exercises done back to back. We're gonna be keeping our band, and you're gonna need a set of dumbbells. So you're gonna want 8, 10, 12-pound dumbbells if you have them. Otherwise, whatever dumbbells you have. But we are gonna start with another band leg exercise. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, your glutes and legs are gonna feel dynamite tomorrow. Your buns are gonna feel dynamite tomorrow. How 80s is that? The leg exercises that I'm giving you today, we've never done before, totally new sequence. You're gonna feel amazing. All right, second superset looks like this. You're gonna hold your band. I'm gonna do it facing you so you can really understand to start. So band, put it down on the ground, okay? It's in your right hand, and with your left leg, you are gonna step really close to that handle, all right? So you're gonna step on the band with about 6 inches between your foot and your band. Stepping with your left, holding with your right, and stand up. From here, you're gonna find your balance, and you're coming forward into a single leg deadlift. Stand and squeeze your glutes. Single leg dead, stand and squeeze. Continue. I'm gonna turn to the side so that you can see what's going on, okay? So this should make it easier for you. You really do have to choke up on that band at the bottom. Otherwise, it's just a regular RDL, but you do really want resistance at the bottom, squeeze your glutes at the top. So you're standing on your left leg, right? This is a left leg exercise. So you're gonna drive into your left heel and squeeze your left glute. Left heel, left glute. Continue, 15. You can use something for balance if you need. For some reason, my balance is really off today. So I'm just using a light fingertip on the fireplace behind me just to stabilize me a little at the bottom. And then when I don't need it, I don't use it. Squeeze the glutes. 15. One more. And relax. Same thing on the other side. So just switch your band. Step on it really close because we want tension at the bottom. Find your balance, and coming into that single leg deadlift, squeeze the glute. Single and squeeze. So even though it's your left leg that's moving here, this is a right leg exercise. This is an exercise for the leg that's on the ground. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think this is an exercise for the glute of the leg that's moving. That's actually not true. Really squeeze that glute here. Keep your arms straight that's holding the band, because then you're getting an incredible glute activation at the top here when that band is fully stretched. Oh, so good. Do your best to keep your pelvis parallel to the floor at the bottom, right here. Trying to keep your pelvis as parallel to the ground as possible. There. Squeeze the glute. One more. And relax. Amazing. Grab your dumbbells. Whatever you have. These are 5-pound ankle weights. This is what I will be using as my dumbbells. Palms are facing you at the bottom. You're going to rotate, press up over your head. Come back to that start position. Press, palms facing you. Press, palms facing you. Palms face away, and they rotate. Away, and they rotate. If I had a full dumbbell set, I would probably do 15 to 20 pounds on this. Some of you might be up to 20, 25 pounds, but this exercise really does allow you to challenge your weight load really far up over the head, but also keeping your shoulders down towards your hips. Good. And Heidi, just so you know, you can do 3 sets if you want. I can still use you as my counter if you want to do that full 3rd superset. Totally cool. You don't have to stay with me on the 2 supersets if you don't want to. Okay, one more, and we're going to repeat these 2 exercises, okay? Second round of the superset. You can go right into that single leg deadlift, so you can do 3 supersets, or otherwise we're taking about a 10, 15, 20-second break before we go back in. A short break, these short recovery breaks allow you to systemically recover so that you don't have an accumulation of fatigue. And what that does for you is it allows you to work harder in the set. So I know there are a lot of fitness instructors out there that just have you move, and keep your heart rate up the whole time. There's a value in that. That's not what I teach though. So what I teach is I want your intensity to be hard during the set. That means you've got to rest a little in between. So let's repeat that single leg deadlift. So you are going to stand on your right leg, hold the band in your left hand, really getting it into that good position. Actually, no, we're going to do it the other way. Sorry. We're starting back with the first leg. So you're standing on your left, holding in your right. Okay. That's the side that we started on. So from here, rotate, squeeze the glutes. You got 10, 15, 20. Some of you want to do 25. I'll never forget a time I was shooting a video tutorial for this exercise, and I wanted to demonstrate really good technique. So I did it on my left leg, which is my more balanced leg. I must have done, I don't know, 50, 60 reps on one leg. The next day, my butt was like, I swear to God, it was a different butt, just on that one side. So just on one side, it was like all fired up and tight. And I was like, wow, that's the value of doing some higher repetition days. There really is a value at times for higher reps. There's also a lot of value in doing heavier weight, lower reps. For those of you that are working out at home right now, when you're not used to it, you're used to being in a gym, now is the time you might want to take advantage of higher repetitions. And switch legs. Okay, just make sure you're counting so that you're getting the same number of reps on each side, fully really standing on that band so that you don't lose it. I put it right under the ball of my foot. From here, keep that standing leg slightly bent, really squeezing the glute at the top. Squeeze like crazy. Squeeze it, driving into the heel of that standing leg from the bottom to the top. So it goes like this. Press into your heel, here, here, here. Press into your heel, here. Drive the heel into the floor here to bring you upward. That's what this exercise is about. It's about driving the heel to stand you upright. That's how we activate the posterior chain, is by energetically driving the force into the ground to activate the posterior chain on your right leg, the standing leg. One more. And grab those dumbbells, going into Arnold press. As heavy as you have at home, feet comfortable distance, knees bent, palms facing you, straight up over your head. Remember, if you want a bigger workout, I want you to move faster. I want you to do the heaviest weights that you're able to, still demonstrating about 90% perfect technique. Or if you don't have the weight load to truly support you, then I want you doing higher repetitions. You can also pause. So you would pause at the point where it's hard to pause. On this exercise, it would be here. You would pause and press. Pause and press. That's if your weights are too light for your current fitness level, you would pause, okay? That's my fitness model, misbehaving, totally misbehaving off camera. She's gonna have a talking to after this video. Just kidding, it's actually a he. One more and relax. Okay, for those of you guys that want your third superset, go for it. Grab your band, you're going back to that single leg deadlift, both legs, then you're gonna do your Arnold press for third set. The rest of us are moving on to our next superset. Grab a heavy dumbbell if you have it. The heaviest that I have is a kettlebell. So if you have a kettlebell, this is an awesome opportunity. In the past, I actually used a big box of cat litter that was 37 pounds, and that worked beautifully for this exercise. I don't want to go get it because it's way back over there. I'm gonna use a kettlebell. Sumo squat. Feet are shoulder width distance apart. Heels, shoulder width distance apart. Turn your toes open slightly. Dumbbell is hanging. You can hold a dumbbell. So if you have a dumbbell, you're just gonna hold your dumbbell end to end if you don't have a kettlebell. So for this exercise, you're gonna hold your dumbbell like this. You can hold it like this if you want to. I kind of like it a little better this way. So feet are not too wide, but your toes are turned open. Chest is super tall. You are gonna sit and stand. Depending on the device that you're using, you may tap the floor. So if you're holding a dumbbell end to end, tap the floor with your dumbbell. This is similar to a goblet squat, but it's different because the dumbbell is below your body. Guess what? This is where exercise gets so cool to me. So this movement is so similar to a goblet squat, but because the dumbbell is below your waist, this makes it a pulling exercise. If we were doing a goblet squat with your weight above the waist, this becomes a pushing exercise. How rad is that? Simply by changing where the weight load is, you change whether it's a pushing or pulling exercise. So what does that mean? Pushing exercises are different, pushing muscles are different than pulling muscles. So I love that we are emphasizing the pulling muscles of the back of the body. Hamstrings, glutes, postural muscles, less quads. Second exercise. Okay, grab your dumbbells if you want. This exercise can definitely be done with no dumbbells at all. I'm gonna give you 3 variations of this next move. The first variation, no dumbbells. It will be the easiest. First variation is here. Step back, step together. Step back, step together. You're coming into just a little bit of about a partial reverse lunge, option 1. Option 2, grab your dumbbells, reverse lunge, stand. Join me coming into the reverse lunge that works for you. In a moment, I'm going to give you a third option. Looks like this. Sit, press, sit, press, lunge, press, and continue. Okay, this is a very cardiovascular based lunge. For those of you guys, hi Kelly Lynn! Kelly Lynn, give me a press with that. Lunge and overhead press. You can do it. Exactly, good job. Good job, girl. Erin, way to go. Inez, hello. Lainey, oh my God, you guys. I've got Kelly Lynn, Erin, and Lainey all next to each other. Inez, you're in the gang. Hi, Natalie Thoreau. Is that my Emmy? Emmy, you're here. Hello, Jillian, Linda Landry, Christina Scott, Jennifer Beamer. We kind of match. We could do an exercise video together. Dana Ashaker. So fun to see all you guys. This is like so much fun. Shelly Coleman. I got Terry Orsborn. Guys, I love seeing you all. Okay, 15 on each leg. Short little break. Let's go back for that second superset. We're going back to sumo squat and then into those lunges. If you don't need a break, get moving. I needed a break. Okay, so we're gonna go into sumo squat. Grab the heaviest weight that you have. If you don't have heavy weights, grab a bottle of water. Grab anything, it doesn't matter. Grab one dumbbell, grab two dumbbells. Now remember, heels are shoulder width distance apart, and then you're gonna turn your toes open. So on a sumo squat, your feet aren't super wide. Stand up super tall, chest high. You're gonna tap the floor with your device if you can. Squeeze your glutes at the top, right there. Squeeze your glutey gang. Squeeze those glutees at the top right there. You're gonna get a bit of a pelvic tuck at the top when you squeeze your glutees, okay? And I'm serious, squeeze them hard, you guys. Here's another thing I haven't ever taught you. Partially why I have you squeeze your glutes at the top is because that contraction does something to your whole pelvic structure. So it makes the next repetition better. So by squeezing, this repetition is going to be higher quality. This repetition is higher quality because you squeeze your glute. You'll feel it. Go back to doing this without squeezing your glutes, and it feels like a totally different exercise. It's powerful. 15 to 20, one more-ish, and we're gonna go right into that reverse lunge. How do you like this back-to-back double whammy leg superset? Reverse lunges. I told you, your legs and glutes are gonna feel so good tomorrow. When I put this together, I literally was like, this is gonna kill them. It's gonna be so good for you guys. Okay, reverse lunge. Pick the version that works for you. I'm going right in, reverse and press. Lunge and press. And so like Kelly Lynn is doing this with some pretty heavy dumbbells. She might have to move a bit more slowly in the reps. That's okay. If your weight load is heavier, you might have to move a little more slowly. I'm gonna bet Kelly Lynn's using about 25-pound dumbbells right now. Kelly Lynn, you'll have to confirm and let me know in the chat box later. Don't interrupt your workout, but those look like they're about 25-pound dumbbells. So you want to slow down the heavier your weights are. And if your weights are lighter, I want you moving to get that heart rate up, okay? Now, for those of you guys that this is challenging, use something for support, okay? Totally fine to be holding on to something to help you. Don't use any weight if you don't need to, okay? You guys, this is your workout. We are all at different fitness levels. There are people in this workout that are in better shape than I am. And so there's someone in this group who's in worse shape than you are, and there's someone in this group who's in better shape than you are. To me, that's the dream combination of a community. I'm so proud of all of you. All right, those of you that want a bigger workout, you're going back into your sumo squat. Repeat that superset one more time for a total of 3. Kelly Lynn said they're 20-pound dumbbells and they feel like 50. I knew it. How good am I, guys? I knew those were at least 20-pound dumbbells. I knew it. Okay. Go for that third superset, you guys. Sumo squat, reverse lunge. For those of you guys that are sticking with me, we are actually transitioning to the floor. I have no idea what time it is. Perfect timing. Okay. Transitioning to the floor. I got to keep you moving. We're running out of time. Here's your superset. You're going to work at your own pace. Here's your superset. Push-ups. If you don't want to do push-ups, Buckley's going to demonstrate how we do a good down dog. Aren't you? Aren't you? He's the best exercise model ever. He's so proud. Oh, here comes Blue. You guys are upstaging me. Come on. Okay, so next exercise, push-ups. If you don't want to do a push-up, you are going to hold a plank. Second exercise, you're going to flip on your back and use a heavy dumbbell. So put a heavy dumbbell right next to you. We're going to start with push-ups. Remember, if you don't want to do push-ups or if you have shoulder issues, please do a plank hold it for the length of time that I'm doing push-ups. Push-ups, if you know you have good technique like Natalie, you can do them the way that you know is right. Otherwise, please do them my way. You're gonna start on your stomach, heels to butt. Watch me, hands are wide. You are going to activate away from the floor before you push up, okay? So you're going to activate, then press all the way to the floor. Activate, press, all the way to the floor. Activate, press, continue. You've got 15. You can also just hold this as a plank, okay? Hold it as a plank the whole time that we are doing these push-ups. Remember, I want you doing it the way that I'm doing it, unless you are certain that you have a really good push-up. I promise. Hey, Blue, come over here. Come over here, buddy. Over there, over that way. What's over there? What's that? It worked. I didn't think it would work. Okay, 15 push-ups, and then we're gonna flip onto our back. Heavier dumbbell, the heaviest that you have, okay? 20, 25 is great. Straight up over your chest. You're gonna take it up over your head, tap the floor, bring it over your tummy. Tap the floor, bring it over your tummy. That's important because I want you to drive downward to activate the lats. Activating your lats here, there. Driving your shoulder blades towards your pelvis, really lengthening over your head. This is one of my favorite tricep exercises, but technically it's a back exercise. So technically we are activating the latissimus dorsi, which is the big, huge, long muscle along your backside. But the triceps are what we call a synergistic muscle group to your lats in this position. And so I love this for my triceps. And if the weight is heavy enough, this is also a fabulous ab exercise because your core is bracing at this point right here. That's a huge ab exercise right there. Really activate your core, countering the heaviness of the dumbbell with your abs. One more, and we're gonna flip over and go right back to those push-ups. We're gonna complete two more sets of these two exercises. So one more superset, and then I've got one more quick little ab superset for you. Okay, so we are back to push-ups. What do you think, Buckley? Should we do push-ups? Do you want to do push-ups with me? What do you think? Should we do push-ups? Do you want lunch? Do you want dinner? Do you want to go outside? Oh, Blue. Oh no, Blue's gonna start barking now. Okay, guys, get oh, good, downward dog. Blue was showing me how to do push-ups. Okay, get your booty out of my face. Okay, guys, go. Here we go, push-ups. Okay, make sure you activate and then push away from the floor. 15, remember what I said. If you've got problematic shoulders, please just hold in a plank, taking a break on the plank when you need to, okay? Whichever is right for you. I really feel strongly about this. If you've joined me for some of my other Saturday workouts, I technically am not a fan of push-ups. In fact, outside of the COVID situation, I don't ever do push-ups. They are never in my programming. I never program them for clients. I never used them in the gym when I was training clients. Not a fan of push-ups, but given the restrictions of COVID and working out at home, it's a valuable exercise. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Please keep an eye on your shoulders to keep them healthy. 15 push-ups, and then we're flipping over for that overhead. This is called a lying dumbbell pullover. This exercise is featured in a lot of my programs because it's such a good exercise. So valuable. I'm moving. You got Buckley's booty like right in the camera. And stick around after the workout. I'm going to answer questions. I also want to tell you about something very exciting that is happening next week, something you might be interested in. And for those of you guys that joined me this past week for the Glutes on Fire Challenge, you already know what the exciting announcement is. And for those of you guys that did not register for the Glutes on Fire free 5-day challenge, we wrapped up yesterday, but I decided to allow you enrollment for one more day. So if you want to get the Glutes on Fire Activate Challenge for free, $49 program for free, you've got to sign up today. Got to sign up today, hollyperkins.com/glutes will get you the Glutes Project Activate for free. One more here, and we're going to go into our little ab superset. Or if you want to go to a third round, push-ups again, lying dumbbell pullover, do your third superset, go. If you're feeling tired, but you know you should do it, do it. I'm telling you to do it. Don't wimp out if you know you should do it. You're not going to do a third superset when you know you shouldn't do it, okay? If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. So third superset for those of you guys that know you should do a third. Okay, quickly, we're going to do 2 exercises for your core. I haven't done this yet on Saturday. Please listen up, even if you are doing your other superset. You're going to position yourself on your hip. Really important, place your elbow under your shoulder. Look down. Elbow directly under your shoulder. Hand is directly out from your elbow. It's not here. Hand in front of the elbow, here. Do not sink. Press away from the floor. You're sitting on your hip. Knees are bent. Place your feet on top of each other. You are going to press up into a side plank and just hold and hold. If this is easy, I want you to drop your hips, lift your hips, drop, lift for 15. Otherwise, we are going to hold for about a 15-second plank, driving into the elbow, holding strongly. You can just hold. You can also lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Hold, 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 and relax down. You can continue holding for an additional 15 seconds if that was easy. So you have the option, holding for 15 seconds, holding for 30 seconds, or 15 repetitions up and down. Same thing, other side. The setup is really key here. You want to make absolutely certain that your elbow is under the shoulder, okay? Now, you're also going to notice that one arm is very different than the other, all right? Totally normal. Feet on top of each other. Start with your knees bent, and then press yourself up, and let's hold. Hold and hold and hold. Repositioning as you need to. Make sure that your elbow is directly under that shoulder. It really makes a huge difference. Really activating into the downward side of your torso, all right? So this is about the right side of your torso, activating your lateral flexors, the stabilizers through your torso. Hold, 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 and relax. You can repeat, you can hold that longer, and we're gonna do one more ab exercise. We have not done this before either. Looks similar to something that we've done, but we actually have not done this. So hands up over your head, stretch your legs out, put a little space between your feet. It's almost like you're at the top of a jumping jack here, okay? Listen to me rather than watching. Lift your left leg, take your right hand and touch the toe, relax down, other side. Lift your right leg, left hand, and swap, alternating. So it's a crisscross, reaching up to touch the toe. Now, I want you to really lift your torso way up off the ground. Really lift your torso high. Try to get your upper body off the ground as much as possible instead of just using your flexibility. So really lift up. If you can't touch your toe, that's okay. You can touch your knee, you can bend your leg, make any modification that works for you. But the key thing is to really lift up off the ground, lift way up off the ground. Lift up super high, as if you could lift your whole back off the floor. Keep it up. We got 4 more. There's 1, 2, 3, last 1, and relax. Bend your knees, feet on the floor, rest. For those of you that are continuing, I want you to repeat those 2 ab exercises 1 more time. The rest of us are gonna rest for a moment because I want your lower back to relax. Then I want you to bring both knees into your chest for a gentle hug. Pull your knees towards your torso, but let your knees move kind of towards your shoulders. You don't have to keep them narrow, let them open out a bit so that there's some space. Basically, your tummy needs to have a little space between your thighs, bringing your knees towards your shoulders. So for those of you that it's comfortable, you're going to roll back and forth 6 times, ending in a seated position. For those of you that that's uncomfortable, we're going to go side to side, gently relaxing and massaging, stretching out the hips a little bit, side to side. And everyone is going to meet in a seated position. If you're on your back with me, just roll over to your side, use your hand, and I want you to sit up. And we're all going to meet in a seated position. New stretch for you today. Bring your feet in front of you, knees bent. Drop your left leg, cross over, okay? So your left leg is straight, your right leg is over, and you are gonna bring your left hand and come into a twist, twisting towards the leg that's bent. Twisting towards the leg that's bent, trying to bring the opposite shoulder towards the knee. And if it's comfortable, look around behind you over your right shoulder. Really lengthening, getting that compression in your torso, allowing that bit of a spinal twist. And release, extend the legs, switch the legs, turn towards the leg that's bent, pulling the knee across your body. You may get a stretch through your hip. My spinal flexion is really good, but my external hip mobility is not good. So when I do this exercise, this is all hip stretch for me. I could like pretty much turn all the way around. My spinal flexion is good, but my hips are problematic, which is exactly why I created the glutes project. It's why I'm so passionate about the glutes, because I know personally and also from research that how your body moves and functions is so dependent on pelvic function. Pelvic function is so dependent on your glutes first, your ab and core muscles second. So glutes are just super, super powerful. And relax. Let's just bring the feet into soul to soul. Take a deep inhale, exhale, come forward, just collapse, nice and easy. Please stick around for a Q&A. And the big announcement is this. I'm going to be leading a live round of the Glutes Project Ultimate this summer. So those of you guys that are members in the Glutes Project Ultimate, we are doing a new live round, which starts June 6th. So I'm going to be doing a series of live group coaching calls kicking off on June 6th. We will be going through the Glutes Project Ultimate 12-week programming together all summer. You're going to have your best butt ever before Labor Day, probably by July 4th. You're going to have an incredible booty, and you guys are all invited to join us. I will be offering a discount if you are not a member of the Glutes Project Ultimate. Keep an eye on your email because I will be offering a discount. I would love for you guys to join us. It's going to be incredible. I think we have close to 200 people in the group. More coming in every day. I hope you will join us. The Glutes Project Ultimate, I will be sending an email out probably later today because there is a sale that is a limited time sale. You'll use a coupon code to get the discount if you want to join us. And those of you guys that are already in the Glutes Project Ultimate, this will be really fun because it's going to bring us all together again. I'm going to be leading you through some live coaching calls. Like I said, we'll be kicking off June 6th. Formal workouts begin June 8th. 12 weeks, you and me working on your booty. I'll be answering your questions, inspiring you, motivating, guiding you. If anyone has questions about the Glutes Project Ultimate, please let me know. I would love to have you. And in general, let's chat. Terry, you are so welcome. Okay, what questions do you guys have in general? Yay, Kelly Lynn, so glad you're here. Laura Collerin. Ooh, Laura Collerin got a band. I'm so happy. Yay, yay. Deborah in Puerto Rico is having electrical problems. Okay, I'm glad that you're here. Okay, so guys, hi everybody. We have 60 people today. How fun. Okay, so if you have any questions in general, today's workout, general workout questions, nutrition questions, if you have questions about the Glutey Project Ultimate, any questions whatsoever, any topic, that's what this open forum is about. You don't have to have questions about today's workout. It really could be anything. So, okay. Natalie, you are unmuted. Hi.
Hey, Holly, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Quick question for you. It's a little bit about nutrition. I was surprised this morning how much better everything went. I actually fueled a bit better, kind of what you were talking about a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I'm kind of shocked.
Right? Am I paying you for this endorsement right now?
No, I'm not. I'm really, you're not paying me a dime. But so I have the, not MyFitnessPal, it's the other one. It's an app that scans, and tells you, it's just like MyFitnessPal, I can't remember right now. But
okay, cool.
It basically said the little muffin I ate was mostly carbs, right? Yep. Not a lot of protein, a little bit of fat, yes. Mostly carbs, right?
Yes, yes,
but
yes.
Yet I feel like I could go out and jog 5 miles yes. right now. Like this little muffin, it was only 110 calories. Yes. A big thing of water. I have 32 ounces of water. I'm halfway through it, and a little muffin that's mostly carbs. So my comment is just like, wow, right? Because usually I fuel up on a little shake that's mostly protein, a little bit of carbs.
Exactly.
But those extra carbs are like everything. And I guess I'm kind
of
I'm also kind of sharing, because I've been kind of no more protein, no carbs, not no carbs, but low carbs. What a difference. Like I just I could take the kids out right now, right? I'm just like, I'm not even hungry. Yeah. So my question is, I think you said it was like 60, did you say 50, 25, 25? What is that what it's supposed to be? Or is it more carbs and then protein, then a little fat, or very little fat?
Such a good question. Yeah, Natalie, thank you so much for sharing this. Everyone, please listen to her, because hearing it from me is one thing. And then when you hear something like this from Natalie, it's so powerful, especially because carbs get such a bad rap, but that is your fuel when you're working out. So Natalie, high five, you are spot on. So here's the deal. Everyone processes differently. Natalie, you're probably like me. My body loves carbs and I feel best on carbs. Most of us are going to feel best when we have, listen up everybody, a pre-workout fuel, which is pre-workout fuel is different than breakfast or lunch or dinner. A chicken salad is not pre-workout fuel, but as Natalie found out, a little muffin turned out to be great fuel for her because it's easy to digest. There's not a lot of fat, there's not a lot of fiber, and it's got some carbs in it. If you want to get more scientific, this is what I teach. Pre-workout fuel should be 60% carbs, 40% protein, barely any fat. That's your pre-workout fuel. It's also post-workout fuel. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Pre-workout fuel is best when it's 60% carbs, 40% protein, with almost no fat, no fiber. It should be easy to digest. So Natalie, if you plugged that into your MyFitnessPal, you might have been a little low on the protein with the muffin, but depending on what the muffin was,
it's like one of these, it's one of these little veggie fruit muffins, like it's actually pretty healthy, but I'm looking at it right now. It's 74% carbs, 16% fat, 10% protein.
So 16% fat. Okay, interesting.
No, hold on. Yes, 16% fat, correct, and 10%, it's these little, they're called like garden muffins, little, but man, I mean, wow, I think I found my new fuel because it just worked well. Anyway, I just wanted to, it's just a testimony as a person who just did not believe in like no carbs before workout, just protein. It is just
you guys, I want to share a little revelation I have with you guys. So I've been talking about this for a while, but it's coming. I am in the process of creating a new online digital course that's all around nutrition that talks about this topic. And I believe part of why I'm here on this earth is to disrupt the low carb generation. I do not believe low carb is working for anybody. I really don't. If it's working for you, it's working for you. Totally fine. But a very small percentage of the population is actually thriving on a low carb lifestyle. And I believe that my mission on earth is to teach the understanding that basically what Natalie just shared, that carbs are fuel and they are so valuable and so beneficial when you get the right amount. And so Natalie, as I said, we want 60-40 breakdown. Her breakdown was a little bit different, but it's closer to using just a protein shake. And she might also be someone who genetically handles carbs better. I am a carb user. I had my genes tested. I know from genetic testing that I'm a high carb user. And in my experience, about 50% of the female population falls into this category. So thank you for sharing that, Natalie. Thank you.
I'm glad to.
You just helped a whole bunch of women. You really did.
The only other thing I will add very quickly, 10 seconds, is that there seems, for some people, there might be a difference between a liquid fuel and a food fuel.
Yes.
And what I discovered this morning, I've been working out with you for years now, right? But what I discovered this morning is that I'm more of a food fuel person.
Yeah.
These shakes are great, but not. No.
Yeah.
Some people need that texture, that food. So thank you.
100%. You are so welcome. I'm so glad you shared that. And just to add a little more to what Natalie was just saying. So when you drink a shake, the surface area of the calories is much bigger and it tends to throw our blood sugar off. That's why Whole30, there's zero liquid fuel, because it throws your blood sugar off because of the surface area. So again, Natalie was spot on in her own observation. Some of us feel great on protein shakes. Some of us don't. I don't feel good when I drink protein shakes. They really throw me out of whack. So thank you so much for that. Okay, we're moving on here. Hold on one second. Emmy, you're up. You might have to unmute yourself.
Do you have to do that?
Yep.
All right.
Hi.
Okay, I just have a question about the Glute project or whatever. So when you do is it going to be live workouts like this together, or just live chatting about it?
So I might do some live workouts like this, but really what the live activation is, we're starting and stopping together as a group, so it feels like you're a part of something.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That's the first thing.
Yes. Right.
Yes, exactly. And then the second aspect is I will be doing live teaching sessions.
Okay.
So that if you have questions or we can come together as a group, it's just fun because then you feel like you're doing something, part of a group. And I have found that motivation and accountability is just better when we do it as a group. Maybe I'll throw in a few live workouts.
This is so fun. I love it. And
I know.
Even I've had to miss the last 2 Saturdays, but I've done it during the week and it's just been so great. So
Good.
I thought maybe we're all doing the glutes together. But
I might do that.
Amazing.
I might end up doing that. And just so you guys know, these Saturday workouts are going to continue definitely through the end of June, and then I'll make a decision. And I love, we may be doing this in the Glutes Project as well. The biggest limitation for me doing these is my own physical energy and health. As you guys know, I've been working through some health challenges and I'm still working through them. But if I'm able to do that for the Glutes Project, I would love to do it for the Glutes Project as well. Yeah. So we're definitely
I appreciate it.
Okay, good. You're so welcome. Saturday workouts will continue through the end of June for sure, maybe longer, because I know everybody is really loving it. So definitely stay with me here through June, and then I'll keep you posted what we're going to do next. Okay, so Miri, you're up next, but you got to unmute yourself. Awesome. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I
have a question. Yesterday, I was working out, doing the Glute Project Ultimate, and I was drained. I could almost barely hold the weight that I usually do work with that. So my question is, when I feel like that, what should I do? Reduce the weight or reduce the set or repetitions?
In that situation, I always tell people to do what feels the most intuitive, so that you can feel better. So on a day like that, Miri, the goal becomes, what can I do to feel better as a result of this workout? See if you can lean into your intuition. Most of the time it means you'll do less weight, but sometimes it might mean you do fewer repetitions or fewer sets. So listen to your body if you're able to. I know that's not really concrete feedback, but it really depends on your body. I know for me, when I have days like that, if I lighten my weight loads, it ends up rejuvenating me and I feel better. If I try to push through with heavy weights on those days, it just crushes me. That's my body, and everyone's a little bit different. So ask yourself in that moment, you say to yourself, what does it feel like I should do right now so that I feel better as a result of this workout? Not so that I get a good workout, not so that I fatigue myself, not so that I lift heavier, but what do I need to do right now so that this workout makes me feel better? And your intuition is probably going to tell you, let's go a little lighter, or let's only do 10 repetitions, or let's just do 2 sets today. Just adjust it in a way that really feels natural, that makes it just feel a little bit easier for you.
Or can I rest longer between the sets?
Yep, you can do that too, 100%.
And another question is, could it be that instead of eating 35, 35, 30, or 35 carbs, 35
I got
fat?
Yep.
Should I change that and eat 40 carbs?
Yeah. So you could do that. So, you know, everybody listening, just so you know, Miriam coached with me privately. I've known her for years. She's now inside of the Glutey Project Ultimate. She's a very active member, and we've had a lot of communication. So I'm giving her some personal advice right now.
And also because of the genetic diet.
Correct.
So
and
I
the
don't know
genetic
if you
testing.
change that. Yeah.
So here's, Miriam, here's what you could do, okay? Prior to workouts, you eat higher carbs, and then the rest of the day you can go back to 35, 35, 30. So you're, again, it's all about pre-workout fuel. You might even want to go up to 50% carbs, or like I just said, 60 carbs, 40 protein as your pre-workout fuel, okay? But then the rest of the day, you go back to 35, 35, 30, which are your normal daily macros.
Okay, perfect.
That's what there was a time that I did that and it worked really well for me. I would go 60% carbs prior to a workout, but then the rest of the day I would drop back to 50, 25, 25, which is what I do inside of the comeback. 50, 25, 25 is what I generally default to. And that worked really, really well for me.
Yeah, thank you. Because, you know, when I went to bed, I felt like I failed. But then I remember your words that I have to think positive. And I say, you know, even though I didn't have the energy, I pushed hard and I did all the program and all the repetitions and everything. And that's, that's something to feel really good. Because it was a tough day for me. And my husband was trying to convince me to do less. And I said, no, I have to complete all the workout.
I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
I always remember your words. It's amazing. You are in my head.
I'm glad. That makes me so happy. And you just keep going. You just keep going, because all of these decisions are stacking upon each other. And before you know it, you're going to wake up in a period of time and you're going to have those photos that you've been wanting, right? So every single decision, you just keep getting better. You keep getting more knowledgeable. You're doing so well. So just keep on going. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And also I want to make a proposal for you about my workouts. Ask you something, but I will do it by mail. So wait for my mail. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
I'll
you.
look for it. Yep. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Leslie Nevels, you are next. Hi.
Hi, Holly. Question about cardio in the Ultimate. It says 35 3 times per week. Is it get your heart rate up to the target and keep it in the target for 35 minutes? Okay.
Yep, you want to spend, this is the way I do cardio and pretty much all my programming. Somebody's telling me he wants to go outside.
Okay, so the other question I have been doing intervals, like moderate intervals for 20 minutes, 6 times a week. Is it better to do the longer, shorter
Hold on one second.
or
You've been doing intervals 6 times a week?
for 20 minutes.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So I'd like to offer a slight shift. What I would like to suggest is you do maybe, let's call it 3 or 4 of those intervals, and then do some of what we in the industry refer to as steady state. Okay. There's a couple of reasons. I don't want to get into the science of it, but just to repeat, so steady state, the way I program is if I recommend 35 minutes, you want to spend as many of those 35 minutes at your targeted heart rate zone or using the RPE scale. Okay. So you don't have to do a warm up and a cool down. It's 35 minutes with as many of those minutes as possible spent at your targeted, you must have felt so bad, spent at your targeted heart rate zone. And then Leslie we'll be able to track you through the Glutes Project Ultimate. I'm super excited about that. Let's pull you back on those intervals just a little teeny tiny bit. 6 times a week, even though it's only 20 minutes, 6 times a week doing intervals is actually quite a bit. And it might be taxing your muscle glycogen more than you realize. I would just love to see how you feel if we start adding in some steady state. There are different benefits you get from steady state cardio versus there are definitely benefits you get from intervals. 2 different kinds of benefits. Let's get you some of these benefits and just ease up a little bit on the interval. How does that sound? You muted yourself. Hold on. Can you unmute?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah?
It just
Okay.
35 minutes feels daunting.
So you can cut back to 30. You could go back to
Yep.
25 or 30. If you've only been doing 20 of the intervals, why don't you start with 25 on your steady state or 30? It doesn't have to be 35. So, you know, when I program any program, there's a specific goal, and it's like baking a cake. There's a very precise recipe. So for the Glutes Project, I'm helping people really improve their glutes. So I programmed the cardio a certain way. That doesn't mean you can't adjust it. You can change it and make it your own. You just might get slightly different results. And so you'll have a little less fat burning, possibly, if you do less than 35 minutes, but that's okay. Why don't you start, if it feels daunting, you're not gonna do it. And I want you to really feel good, and I want it to feel super productive for you. So start with 25 minutes or 30 minutes, and let's, you know, we'll stay in communication through the group and through the live calls, and I'll keep an eye on you, and let's see how it works. I think you might find that you get better results.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Okay. Yay. Okay, guys, any other final questions? Heidi, I see you. Can you unmute yourself?
I think so. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hey. Hi. I'm in a fat cutting type phase, and I just want to make sure, how do I not lose the muscle that I've built? I'm concerned about losing the muscle that I've built. I'm probably cutting 200 to 300 calories a day.
Okay. How many calories are you eating?
Uh,
Do you know or do you not know?
About 1,400.
How much do you currently weigh?
116. 116 and a half.
I'm calculating, guys. Hold on one second. Okay. You're eating 1,400? Yeah? Good job.
The past week or two, just to try to get some fat off.
Don't go lower than 1,400. Are you watching your macros?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing? What's your macro breakdown?
40, 30, 30.
Do you know your blood type?
Oh.
Okay. What are you doing for cardio?
The rower, Concept 2 rower for 30 minutes.
Always steady state or some interval?
Always steady state, 70%.
How many sessions per week?
I've just been doing one, and then, you know, I'm out on my bike riding, so.
Okay. So when you're riding your bike, it's more leisurely. You're not really tracking your heart rate?
No, I don't have a way to do it out on the bike. I have the
That's
band,
fine.
but it only syncs to the rower.
So here's what I would suggest. Do one steady state at about, how many minutes did you say you were doing?
30.
Yep. do one additional, do that steady state, and then let's have you add an interval session. Okay. So you're doing a steady state, an interval, and then you're riding your bike. It sounds like everything else is on track. Your calories are where they need to be, your macros are where they need to be. So now it's a function of lifting heavier and doing a little bit of intervals to burn off some body fat. Since you're doing the steady state already, let's add some intervals. That'll do it. That'll totally do it.
Can you give me an example? Like, what do you mean by?
So intervals, you would do, let's say a general prescription is 1 minute at a low intensity, 2 minutes at a high intensity. Alternate that for about 30 minutes. 1 minute to 2, 1 minute to 2, 1 minute to 2 for about 30 minutes. Hit about 85 to 90% of your theoretical max heart rate if you know how to calculate that.
Okay.
Since you do. If you know what your 70 is, calculate what your 90 is. And so you hit 90 on the 2 minutes and then just recover for a minute at any heart rate. 90, any heart rate. 90, any heart rate. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 for 30 minutes. Add that once a week and you're probably going to, and lift as heavy as you can.
Okay.
Keep everything else the same and give it some time.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yay! One more question and then I'm going to sign off. Hold on. Debbie.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm here. Okay, you can hear me because I'm using my phone and I don't get it too well. But I wrote this in the chat, but I'm going to ask you. When we're doing exercises on the floor, on your belly, I have like my quads just are just in the way. I feel like I can't be flat and I can't, especially those stretches where you try to reach back. That is really tough. And we did the push-ups. If something we did that was flat on your tummy and my legs, upper legs are in the way. I don't think they're bulging, but they're just in the way.
Okay, and what problem does that cause? I don't totally understand.
Yeah, now I don't even remember what that exercise was, but it means
That's okay. I know that part. I know.
It's difficult to move where I need to move. Like
okay.
I feel like I'm just, my legs are up so high, not that they're up so high that I can't perform that exercise properly.
So are you referring to like the one that we did today? Did this occur for you today?
Yes.
Okay, so it was on push-ups then. It had to have been push-ups because that's the only thing we did on our tummy. And then this week, I know what you're referring to this week. So here's the thing. There really isn't a workaround other than there's just an aspect of it. You just have to modify it, do your best, and over time, I think your body is going to get into better balance. So I know that doesn't feel like really concrete advice, but the truth is, like, we can't do anything about how your thighs are built right now. It's just how your body is built. And my suspicion is there's something posturally about when you're laying on your stomach posturally that you're noticing that this is a limitation, that it's not optimal. And we've got two options. Avoid those exercises, which you could do. You could avoid anything where you're laying on your tummy, or it's a function of just sort of gradually over time, your body is going to kind of adjust. Posturally, it's going to become more comfortable from that position. Your quadriceps maybe need a little bit more flexibility. It's possible that your hips need to open a little so that your pelvis neutralizes. There could be a lot of things at play. And so what I would say is either you have a choice, avoid those exercises, or stick with them and just modify as gently as you can. And let's see over time, like a number of months in the future, I think you might notice that it starts to mellow out. Is that helpful?
Yes, because I haven't noticed this in the past. And so I feel like I would like to continue, and maybe it is a matter of loosening up, stretching, or opening up.
Yes, and, exactly.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Yep. Good. Okay, so right. Jane Colnane asks, I have a question about form on the overhead lift. Jane Colnane, if you're still here, do you want to pop in what your question is in the chat, or if you want to speak? Oh, good. You unmuted yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, hi, thank you so much. Just quickly, because I know you're ready to go, but when we were doing this exercise, should your arm be at a right angle? As much
At the
as
bottom. So at the bottom,
Yeah.
this is called an Arnold press, okay? At the bottom, your elbows should be slightly lower than your shoulders, regardless. Well, and let me add to that, okay? So your elbows are lower than your shoulders and your forearm is parallel to the ground. So it's not about the angle here. It's about keep this parallel to the ground. See, I'm straight up and down. If I was here, that would be a 90-degree angle, but I want your elbow below your shoulder. So it's not 90 here, okay? That would be 90. This is not 90, but this is still parallel to the ground. So you go from here to up over your head.
And then when you go up over your head, that was the other part I don't lift at all, right? I haven't lifted that much, so I'm not trained. But were your hands together like this with palms facing each other?
Here.
And then when you went over?
Here to here.
Oh, so out?
Forward.
Oh, forward. Okay.
Here to here.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's an interesting move that a lot of people get wrong. Guys, there's a bit of an outward motion to here, but it's not this huge thing, okay? And it's also not straight up either. So it's here, a little open up and around to here, okay? Not here, like right there. So yep, it's a full rotation. It's a 180-degree rotation on the wrist. Palms face, palms away. It's a new Bob Fosse dance.
Thank you so much. That helps.
You're welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. And great question, because a lot of people do Arnold press the wrong way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So welcome. Linda, do you have a question?
Yes. My question is, hi, I had the hip transplant almost 20 years ago on my left, and I can feel it. I can feel when I'm pressing my glute now, but on the right, I don't feel a thing. Is that normal? Am I feeling the titanium hip socket on my left? Is that what I feel, or is it actually my glute?
So definitely it's normal, especially with a hip surgery. Totally normal. It's normal for those of us that haven't had hip surgery, by the way. So yes, totally normal. And no, it's not that you're feeling the titanium. It's that as a result of your history, okay, whatever caused the hip surgery in the first place, and then the result of the hip surgery, your history in general, the glute on one side is more atrophied than the other. So you feel the glute on the side that's more active. This side is less active. That's all it is. And so Glutes Project Activate, that's what Activate is all about. One side needs more activation than the other side. Totally normal. It happens for me too if I'm not on top of my glute training. So the side that you can't feel your glute, you got to mentally work it more. Think about it, work it, really squeeze it, get your brain involved. Over time, those muscles are going to start to become more active. And more active means they can then get stronger. There's two different kinds of strength in a muscle. The first kind of strength is what we call neural activity, neuromuscular facilitation, innervation, neural innervation. So the first kind of strength the muscle gets, which is what you need, is the electrical impulse needs to begin to get better. Once that happens, then the muscle fibers can actually start to get better, get stronger, okay? So you're in the phase where you need neuromuscular strength, then eventually we'll get you muscle fiber strength, okay? So just did you get the Glutes Project Activate? You did it this week, I thought so, yeah. What's your last name?
Cruzio.
Right, oh, right, okay, yeah, of course, you asked us so many good questions this week. So you're just going to keep working on it. And I promise you in the next 2 to 3 months, that glute's going to feel very different.
Oh, excellent. Because what I do is I sit in bed. Well, even in bed, I squeeze the glutes.
Good job. Perfect. That's exactly what you should do. And squeeze that side even more. the side that you can't feel it on, squeeze it more, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it like crazy, and it's going to start to wake up.
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
We lost your sound. There's no, Holly, no sound.
Enjoy your weekend. Get some, oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
No.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. So enjoy your weekend, guys. And I will be in touch via email. Happy Saturday.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.